Oh god, it's a very bad angle of me. Have I worn this shirt in another YouTube video? Yeah. Do I care? Yeah, actually I do. It's kind of embarrassing. Should I put it that way? No, I should definitely. Ooh, pretty. What am I doing? Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be about unified auditions, what they are, my experience, and any questions that you guys had. I wrote them down on this little card. Do you see the card? Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? And I'm gonna ask them. Answer them. Shit. So first, a breakdown on what unifieds is. I'll get to answering all of the questions, and then I will show some little vlog footage from New York City unifieds. So what are unifieds? What are they? Unifieds are basically musical theater or acting college auditions, and instead of traveling from college to audition for, say, 20, they all kind of come to one cohesive place, so you can just go there, audition for a bunch of them, and you are good. It eliminates a lot of travel costs and effort, so it's super duper nice and efficient. There are 3 unifieds. There's New York City, Chicago, and LA. I just went to New York City because I already live in New York State, so like it was the easiest. And I auditioned for 7 schools that weekend. Only 5 at unifieds itself, but then let me go over. So the first day of unifieds, I believe it was the 18th, I auditioned for Carnegie Mellon, Ithaca, and Point Park. And then the next day was Cincinnati and Penn State. And then the next day was Pace. And then the next day was NYU. So altogether 7, but within unifieds, the first 5. The other 2 were actually on campus since I was in New York already. And those schools were in New York, Pace and NYU. Make sense? Cool, let's move on. So what was my daily routine like at unifieds? Like, what was my schedule when I woke up? So let me start with saying that I did fly. Again, my local theater company, RBTL, the loves of my life, were kind enough to help me out with that. They truly are my second family. And my friend Jack, who went to the Jimmys with me, his mom actually accompanied me because my mom just had a baby and it's been tough for her to get around, especially since the baby's been having like allergy issues. We're trying to figure out what's wrong with her. So we figured it would be easier if Linda took me. So my second mommy took me. Well, my third mommy actually. Because if you've watched my previous videos, now I have my mom, Erin, and Linda. Yes, the trifecta of mothers. So I went there with her and we stayed in a hotel and we stayed there for pretty much a week and it was so fun. So, daily routine. We woke up in the hotel, depending on what time my first audition was, it was usually 8 or 9. So to center myself, it takes me a while to get ready and do all that stuff. So I woke up at probably like 5:30 to 6 every day. She probably woke up at like 6. And I showered at night. She showered in the morning. We had a little system. So I woke up, got ready, and the hotel we stayed in was super close to, Ripley Greer Studios and Pearl Studios, which was where unifieds were being held. So we were able to walk there in less than 5 minutes to both of them, and it was super nice. So that's where we stayed, and it was convenient. So we woke up, walked there, and let's go, for example, my first day, my first audition was Carnegie Mellon. Probably not the most difficult one, but the toughest one to muster, because that's the hardest school to like get into. So nice to get super scary ones out of the way. So I did Carnegie Mellon first, and it was sign-in was at 8. So I got there, I signed in, and Carnegie Mellon did not have a dance audition. Some schools did, some schools didn't. Carnegie Mellon did not, so I didn't have to get ready for that in any way. But I basically signed in. They took a little picture of me with my name on a whiteboard just so they could remember my face, even though they have my headshot, just to like, I don't know, they wanted to see what I looked like that day, if that makes any sense. And then I basically just waited, and I saw a few of my friends there. I might put a picture right here. My friends from the Jimmys, Jeremy and Haven, I love you oh so much. So we talked for a while you were there. And then they called me. I did my singing first, and I was waiting in a group with 2 other girls, and there was some guy singing Don't Let Me Go from Shrek in the room, and I was like, period. So he was doing that, and we were waiting outside. So I waited. I went in there. They had me sing. I gave the accompanist my songs in my tempo. They asked me a few questions before I started. They were like, oh, so you're from Rochester? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, it's pretty cold where you're from. I'm like, yeah. So, small talk. And he was like, oh, you went to the Jimmys? I'm like, yes, I did. And he's like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm like, you know it, sir. Okay. And then I sang both of my songs, which for Carnegie Mellon, they were both relatively belty songs. And the infamous question, will they ask you to sing something else? They asked me to sing something else. Like, it really depends. It doesn't mean anything necessarily good. It doesn't mean anything necessarily bad. Both of my songs happen to be pretty belty, so they asked me, do you have anything legit soprano? Meaning like head voice, operatic. So I was like, yeah, sure. So I pulled out That'll Show Him from A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, and I sang a few bars of that, and he was like, okay, thank you. We saw what we needed to see. And I was like, thank you so much. So I got to show both my voice types in there, which was actually very nice. So I am glad that they asked me that, so it's more so they can see what you're capable of and see how much of an asset you'll be to their school in terms of, say, your voice type. So then I went to monologues, and for monologues, I can't remember whether I did 2 or 1 for Carnegie Mellon. I think I did 2, I forget. But my dramatic contemporary was Pace's monologue from the Trestle at Pope Lick Creek, and I believe, did they have me do my Shakespeare? Yes, they did. They had me do my Shakespeare. I did As You Like It, Phoebe's monologue. And a common misconception, when you hear like, I need a classical monologue, doesn't always need to be Shakespeare. Just look it up. There are plenty of other classical playwrights, both comedic and dramatic. Sophocles, one of my faves. Antigone is my favorite. That's not Shakespeare. The language is a little bit easier. Still definitely classical language, but easier to understand. So if you really do struggle with Shakespeare, just a little tip. There is more than Shakespeare. Don't feel pressured to do it if you don't know Shakespeare like really well. Anyway, moving on. So, and then I either did that or my other comedic one was contemporary, and it's Connie's monologue from the first annual Academy Awards. That's besides the point. Oh no, it was my Shakespeare one, because I remember what she asked me to do. Sometimes they will kind of like do a mini workshop with you inside of the audition room, which I thought was very nice. So you get to see how they work with you, and they get to see if you can take direction, which is super important. So they're not saying like they hated your performance beforehand. They're saying, let's see if we can try it this way and see if you are good at taking direction. So my monologue was originally about me talking to this boy saying that I liked this other boy, being like, oh, I'm so in love with this guy, is this and this and that. It's like, oh, no, I'm not. Oh, yes, I am. No, I'm not. So it's like a little indecisive moment there. And she asked me after, she was like, who are you talking to in this? And I'm like, well, I'm talking to Sylvius. And she's like, yes, you are. Can you do this like you're gossiping to your best gal pals? I'm like, oh, yes, I can. That's so fun. So I did that. Lipstick break. I feel like my lips look very pale right now. She's a beauty queen. So she asked me to do it like that, and I did it like that, and she really enjoyed it, so that was cool. And that was my Carnegie Mellon audition. And that's how the singing and monologue portion of basically all my auditions went. For dance, it's a little different. They don't get to see you one-on-one because they do big dance calls. Let's say, for example, my CCM dance call was at like 8 in the morning. And I came there dressed up in my leotard tip for what to wear for dance auditions. Everyone always asks what to wear for dance auditions. I'd say I wore, for all of mine, I wore dance tights. I wore either jazz shoes or character shoes, depending on what they wanted. Some of them even wanted barefoot, so I would have always asked what they want for shoes, either that or they'll tell you. Jesus. And then I wore a leotard and spandex black shorts over it. And that was my dance call outfits. And some girls had like these crazy fancy leotards, and I'm like, I haven't been taking dance since I was 3 years old, so I can't do that right now. But basically oh, my battery's gonna die. Oh god. So I'm gonna quick finish this phrase. So basically they taught us the dance in big groups, had us do it in groups of like maybe 3 or 4, and that was it. They taught it relatively quickly, but all the dances I did were super duper fun, so I was fine with it. I'm gonna quick charge my battery and come back with the next portion. Okay, 1 second. Okay, we're back. Probably with slightly different lighting, but the sun goes down. It's what happens. It's good. It's what happens. So basically, after all of my dance calls, if I had another audition, I'd do that, blah, blah, blah. We might go in the hotel between auditions that I have, because there might be like a break, or we get food. We went to this place called TikTok. Isn't that funny? It's a diner called TikTok. We ate there frequently, and we went to this Chinese place frequently, and it was super duper fun. So that was my daily routine for Unifieds, I guess. So I was asked how to schedule auditions for Unifieds. So basically how most schools work. Some schools have things called pre-screen. Some don't, but a lot of schools at Unifieds do. So what that is you have to send in an audition video tape before your real audition. It's like your audition before the audition to see if they even want you to audition. You see what I'm saying? You may pass your pre-screen, you may not. If you don't pass, you don't get to audition for that school, and if you do pass, you get to audition. So luckily I passed all my pre-screens, so happy and thankful about that. So I was able to go and schedule auditions for all these schools. So the pre-screen, each school sometimes has different requirements, or you just record them and submit them. I submitted them to this website called Accepted. That's where most schools do theirs. If you want a whole different video about that, that would be something completely separate, so comment if you want something like that. But if you pass your pre-screen, you get to audition, and from that point you can either like go to their website or something, or sometimes through Accepted you can schedule your audition after you pass your pre-screen. So I just selected pre-screens that were not pre-screens. I selected auditions that were during Unifieds and at the Unified locations, and I went there and I did it. Yeah, scheduling them was actually kind of the hard part, because there were a lot of schools that run like at the same time, and there were just weird conflicts. Like, I remember, what was it? Penn State wanted me to do a dance call at a certain time in order to sing at a certain time. I couldn't just sing and then go to any dance call I was available for. I had to connect them somehow. So that kind of interfered with other plans, but I ended up making it work. But it was just, that's something to think about in Unifieds. There's a lot of like sometimes conflicts, but in the long run it's easier than going to each school individually, I think. I was also asked for tips for memorization, and I thought maybe I could kind of make like that also a different video, like an audition tips in general video. So comment if you would like that. Also some questions that you would like. But the short end of the stick is that I basically just run things over again and again and again in my head. So now let's talk about the vibes. You heard me right. This has been a vibe check. So basically, the thing I heard most at Unifieds was, you're not just auditioning for the school, they're auditioning for you. And that, one, made me feel a whole lot better about myself, that I wasn't so inferior to these schools. But it also made me realize that you need to see where you fit in. You need to, if you can't visualize yourself at that school with those people that you're interacting with, do you really want to go there, regardless of whether you get in or not? So that's really something that I took into account. Say I didn't like an audition. I'm not gonna, should I name names? Should I name names? All my Unified ones were pretty good. Should I? No, I'm not gonna name names. But there was this one audition I went to where the people were kind of just like, they were a little rude to me, and I couldn't picture myself there. The facilities weren't my favorite. Everything there kind of felt like robotic and a little like, this is what we do when we do it. It didn't feel very warm and welcoming. And that's just an example. If you get, you know the feeling. If you get a gut intuition feeling like, I can't see myself here, you can cross them off your list. That's fine. Don't feel like it's a waste. Like, oh, why'd I even audition for this place if I'm not going to like it? You auditioned to find out that you didn't like it. So keep that in mind. I was also asked, should I get lessons beforehand, whether that's in acting, singing, or dancing, or what have you. I'm gonna say having some background does help. You definitely should be in a substantial amount of shows, and I thought someone was gonna come up. You should be in a substantial amount of shows. As for training, it depends. If you say really are a strong singer, actor, but your dancing really does fall short like a lot, and you're planning on auditioning for dance-heavy schools, dance-heavy BFA programs, then I would recommend taking maybe a few. Like, I don't even like have like a weekly dance class somewhere. I just do like master classes sometimes with people that I know. So little things like that you can look on, like, I know, Facebook. Just look around you and look up like a masterclass, or maybe if you have the means and the time to like travel out somewhere, like in New York City, there are tons and tons of masterclasses that you could attend, and they are worth it. You get to work with sometimes Broadway alumni, and they give you super valuable tips that I always like write down and keep in my notes. So if you can consider those like lessons, yeah, I did those. And I do take voice lessons with my teacher at school occasionally. And I am currently taking tap in school, first period, C and D days. But do I think it's completely necessary to be like training 24/7 before your auditions? No, I really don't. And naturally, there are going to be people that aren't as strong singers, are not as strong dancers. Like, you're going to like, I hate the mentality of you need to be equal at every single thing. Like, we're creating triple threats. Is it good to be a triple threat? Yeah. Is it nearly impossible? Yeah. There is no way in hell everyone is perfect at all three. No one is. I haven't had the best dance training. I think I can move very well. I think that I can feel the beat of the music very well, but I don't have that like classical ballet training. That's just not something that I have, and that is where I fall short. So everyone's gonna fall short somewhere. Would lessons beforehand work? Yes. Do I think you need to dish out thousands of dollars on them? Not at all. Okay, that was a lot. So I guess now I'm going to include some what you could call vlog footage of Unifieds, and yeah, that concludes this little Q&A section. Let's go. Focus. What's up? Go to the bathroom. Hi. So I'm about to leave for the plane, the airport, because I'm going to New York again. What else is new? But it's time for my college auditions. Hi. So we're about to leave. I gotta grab my tap shoes from my locker at school because I left them there because I had tap yesterday and I forgot to take them home. So I'm gonna go grab those and then we're gonna go to the airport. Baby, want to say hi? She getting fed. Yum. I'm so excited. Can't even see. Come on. Hi. So I meant to record yesterday, but I didn't record any of yesterday, so all I did was roam the city a bit, sleep, prepare my monologues. That's it. Now it is, I think, 7 a.m. My Carnegie Mellon audition is at 8, and my Ithaca audition is at 1:30, and I'm gonna see if I can fit in my Penn State and Point Park auditions today because I'm on a wait list for the Unified auditions, so we'll see if I can sneak into those today. As of right now, I am setting up my diffuser, my what did it call it? Steamer. Listening to Fine Line, as you do. And I'm gonna prep some coffee, so BRB. I got this packed, and this says, oh hush, oh hush. I have this packed, and it has what each school requires for their audition. So for Carnegie Mellon, focus. I'm gonna sing A Piece of Sky, and I Can Cook Too, and I'm doing monologues from the Trestle at Public Creek, and As You Like It, and then Peep That Toilet Flush. And then for Ithaca, I'm doing A Piece of Sky. That'll show him from If Anything Happened on the Way to the Forum, and the Trestle at Public Creek monologue. And then I have my little binder packed with all my songs and my resumes and headshots and what have you. I have my ballet shoes, my tap shoes, my character shoes, and my jazz shoes are somewhere in there. Spandex shorts, leotard and tights, writing utensils, oh, pencil, stuff to put in my water. I don't know. Gonna pack another one of these bad boys because they're so freaking good. Let's go. Hello, Linda. Hello. Hi. I'm gonna do a little egg angle. Okay. So, just finished my Carnegie Mellon audition, and how'd it go?
It went great.
It went pretty dang good, I thought. Oh my god, a girl is looking at me. Embarrassing. But it went pretty good. And now Ithaca is at 1:30. What time is it? 12:21. I have about an hour. But it went pretty dang good. She asked me to do it in a different way, kind of like as a valley, my monologue, I mean. To do it like a valley girl talking to my friends. So I was like, you know what? I can do that. Because I do that.
Do it.
So, now we're getting...
Everything's okay? It's good? To go?
No, I'm good.
No,
Thank you.
okay,
Thank you.
okay, no problem.
It's harder than I thought it would be. But, see you in Ithaca. Okay, bye! Good morning. So, I apologize, yesterday didn't get a whole lot of footage. It was kind of just like little bits here and there. But today is day 2, and I really wanted to show you what it was like, my morning routine at Unifieds. So, rundown of yesterday, I completed my Carnegie Mellon, Ithaca, and Point Park pre-screens. Not pre-screens. I already did the pre-screens, that's why I'm here. Auditions. And they all went very well. I'm very pleased. All I can do now is wait. So I'm in my hotel room right now. I'm drinking that crappy hotel coffee. It's very bad. And I just got ready, basically. I did my hair. I put some curl cream in it. That's basically all that I do. I detangle it a little bit. I did my makeup. I added some fake freckles because that's what I do. And first I have my CCM dance call. I gotta be there at 8:15. It's 7 right now, so I have a little while. It's only like a 5-minute walk too, so I have some time to chill. But I'm wearing my, should I? Wearing my Capezio tights, my spandex shorts, my red leotard. And when I walk over there, because it's cold, I'm gonna wear just my gray sweatpants and my Jimmy's jacket because it's my favorite thing to wear ever. I'm actually gonna put it on now because I'm a little cold. My battery's running low. Shit. Okay, bye. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I just did my CCM dance call and the vocal call. I gotta be back at noon. It is
10:30.
10:30, so we got time. And some coffee. It's not very good, but it's coffee. And then I'm gonna see if I can squeeze in Penn State. Dance was super easy and fun. It was to Moulin Rouge, and goodbye. So I'm currently waiting for CCM and they don't have a pianist. So I'm doing my tracks. I found a new baby, that one right there. And a piece of sky. So getting prepped. Here's my little binder. You can take a look on the inside. Over here I have a bunch of headshots and resumes and whatnot. Let me find a resume. Oh my god. They're like all in the middle. I have a table of contents for all the songs. So if I want Ain't Got Far to Go, 13, I find tab 13, open it. Oh, wrong one. I traced my finger the wrong way then. Trust me, I'm organized. I also have my table of contents for monologues. Not a whole lot, but they're there. My monologue I'm going to do for CCM is The Trestle at Popelet Creek. Peace. the character name is Pace, not Pace University. That's my little binder. I've been drinking some coffee, doing what it do. My hair is cooperating. It's got little ringlets. Okay, bye. Your backyard friends, the backyard baby. I finished uniform!
Yes, and thanks to Gretch. He's done so well and working really hard, which paid off. She was able to get around.
I still got Pace in NYU. Oh my god, I look. I look so bad. Should I zoom in? Guys, look at my mascara. Look at this mascara. You wanna know what it is? Let me show you actually. It's the Milk Makeup. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You joking me right now? There we go. It's the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. Look how nice it is. Anyway, that concludes this video, guys. If you want more audition type videos or vlogs of different things, like, comment anything you want me to do below and I will most likely start working on it. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. If you're from TikTok, which I bet a ton of you are, that's why my account has grown a little bit. Thank you. If you don't already follow me, my socials will be in the description below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.